What's up YouTube? Capital G here, completely unscripted and unplanned video, which actually means for the first time in a very, very long time, I'm talking years, I'm gonna drop 2 videos in a single day. But yeah, as I said, this video was something that I did not see myself making because I don't think anyone had this on their bingo card. I don't think anyone expected this, and it is definitely a nice and refreshing surprise. Konami TCG actually talking about the forbidden and limited list in advance. You guys know when it comes to communication, at least from TCG Konami's side, they're pretty bad about it. They don't really talk about the ban list. We as YouTubers pretty much just have to guess when our videos are going to be dropping, or we generally have no idea because Konami can drop the TCG ban list in the dead of night. They can drop it early morning. They can drop it in the middle of the day. And obviously, when you have TCG YouTubers who live in Europe, when you got some of us who live in North America, we live in crazy time zones. They're far different. So, you know, it's just really difficult to plan for these things. And in the OCG, it's the exact opposite. They have set dates of January 1, April 1, July 1, and November 1. So players, or excuse me, not November, October 1. So players know exactly when the ban lists are going into effect, and they usually give advance notice where they'll say, hey, we're having a live stream on this date where we're going to announce the forbidden and limited list, or, you know, we're going to update the website at this date. And it's just rough being a TCG player because we don't have that type of communication. Konami really doesn't give us advance notice. Even in Master Duel and in Duel Links, Konami will, you know, update the ban list and they'll talk about why they did it. And we don't even get that in the TCG. But hopefully this is going to be a change for the future, because I think that communication is just good for the players. It's good for the company. It's good for everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this tweet verbatim. And look, if I just go to Dueling Book, excuse that, because, you know, I didn't have any footage planned for this video because obviously I didn't know I was going to make this video this morning. But, you know, here we are. Anyways, this is from the official Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG Twitter account, which you can see right here, 185,000 give or take followers. So it's the real deal. It says, and I quote, "The next Forbidden and Limited List updates will be coming in late August, so we can see the impact of the Infinite Forbidden on the game before making any changes. We're excited to see everyone's deck building creativity on display once info is released. Hashtag Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG." And then you have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Logo, and it's just kind of like alerts, or, you know, take notice, etc., etc. So this is pretty self-explanatory. It means that for anyone expecting that the NAWCQ or the European Championship was going to be played under a different ban list, that is not going to happen, for one. And it also means that, and look, this is just me doing a little bit of predicting here and a little bit of speculation, if you are going to one of the next YCSs that are going to be occurring, because I know that there's 2 European YCSs, I'll talk about that in a different video, but I know that we have 2 European YCSs, one in France and another in Italia, I think. I'm not exactly sure when the dates are, but I do know that this YCS they just announced a couple of days ago in Sacramento, California. This probably is going to be played under the current format. So if you're thinking, okay, Cap, this event is like 5 weeks out, I don't know if I should sell my deck, I don't know if I should, you know, keep these high rarity Snake Eye cards or these high rarity Sinful Spoils cards, you probably can't, like, you probably will get a chance to play them. I know that this is like the 17th and 18th. I wouldn't consider that late August, quote unquote. I'd probably consider that mid-August. So I'm thinking that this is going to be the last event for this format. And I would probably say, like, it never really made sense that players thought, you know, maybe that they were going to have the NAWCQ and then Euros was going to be played under a different format. So Konami kind of put themselves in a corner as far as like when they could actually drop a new ban list. They would have had to do it either like right now, this week, where they could look at players for NAWCQ and they could say, hey guys, you guys got a full week to change your decks and prepare, or they basically had to wait until all these events took place, or at least until national season was over, because you can't have the NAWCQ, then drop a ban list, and then have European Championship under a different format. Like that what type of nonsense would that would just be stupid in my opinion. So I definitely like that they're giving us a time range, even if it's not an exact date. And I also like the fact that they're giving us the parameters that are going to affect the ban list. Now, I do think, or at least I would like to think, that Konami at least has some idea of what changes they want to make, because even though the Infinite Forbidden is going to be a meta-changing set because you've got Machumi in there and you have the Fiendsmith, you have other stuff like Dominus Purge, but those are like the main two factors that are going to significantly change the format. I probably think that hitting stuff from info is too early. That would lead cards like the Snake Eye cards, the original or the Sinful Spoils cards, other things like these generic extra deck monsters that you basically see in every combo deck, or that you see in a lot of inboards, cards like Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, cards like IP Masquerena, and then ones that could just generally be problematic that are going to be a lot easier to summon. And you guys know I'm talking about Beatrice the Eternal Lady. So even if Konami is like thinking, okay, we're gonna see how impact or info affects the game, you gotta at least have, you know, some Snake Eye cards, some Sinful Spoils cards, some extra deck cards on your radar, right, Konami? Because I mean, this is the company that just banned Baron the Floor. They just banned Borreload Savage Dragon for being these generic extra deck Omni negates that any deck can make. And I know that like Appaloosa is not a quote unquote Omni negate, but aren't you at least sick of, like, just be real, person watching this video, aren't you sick of seeing Appaloosa on the end of every single combo board, you know, invalidating your Nibiru or making it so, well, oh, you don't have Imperm, you don't have Dark Ruler no more. Okay, cool. Have fun getting 3 of your cards negated. And if you try to attack her, I'll use World Sea to blow your stuff up. Or I have Nightmare or Nightmare Phoenix co-link so she can't die in battle. Like, there are just some cards that they need to address that really don't have anything to do with info. So I definitely am liking this, and I will definitely applaud Konami. I'm not someone who just bashes them and eternally. You know, if they do something good, I'll definitely applaud them. However, what I will say is this needs to be a trend. This needs to not just be like a one-time thing where we were like, you know, remember that time when info was coming out and Konami tweeted out about the ban list? Like, let this be a thing that they do every time we're going to get an FNL list drop. Like, maybe they could do it, I don't know, a month in advance. Like, that would be pretty good, because then players could make the decision, hey, do you want to start moving your stuff, or do you want to play it through, you know, the next 2 YCSs? Like, if you want to play it through the next YCSs, don't be mad when the stuff is, you know, it drops in price, or you can sell your stuff now and you can get out early, but, you know, you won't have it for these events. But those are the things that I would want to see changed. You know, Appaloosa, probably gone. Beatrice the Eternal Lady, gone. Personally, I'd ban IP Masquerena, but some people say that, you know, it's a little too early for, or it's not that it's early for IP, but a lot of people don't think that they're going to ban Appaloosa and IP in the same ban list. But I don't know, they did it for the like 2 extra deck monsters last ban list, so I think it could definitely happen. Also, bring back Link Kuriboh. Come on now, Link Kuriboh didn't do anything wrong. But you guys let me know what you think of this. And is this a change that you want to see continue? Do you guys want to see this when, I mean, they don't have to do it for Rage of the Abyss, but they could do it for the set after Rage of the Abyss. Just at least 2 times a year, I think Konami should do something like this where they let us know what's going on, because communication is always good. Anyways, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching as always.